good day, and today is Saturday the 10th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. Had some good weather, nice, had some rain here and there a little bit, but nothing real major. So got this morning fairly early, not too bad. Haven't had the puppy here for almost 2 weeks now, and it's been kind of nice actually. So he's supposedly coming back Monday. I believe he's supposed to come back, so we'll see how that goes. And I gotta get up at 5:15, 5:30 again in the morning, which just sucks. So, but it is what it is. Went ahead, had a handful of dogs here today. We had two big ass dogs that came over that we're watching. Also, we got an American Bully, and then I'm not sure what the one is. It's like I'm not sure what it is. Some kind of their bulldog mix of some sort, kind of thing, whatever. And super sweet. Oh my god, they're just the sweetest things. A little bit bullheaded, a little bit just running into stuff and knocking into chairs and pushing things down and shoving on you. And they want to lick in the back of your legs and stuff all the time as you're walking, and it just that's annoying as all get out. But the little hound dog that we have, we're watching also, and the one little female that's the big ones. They are just absolutely tearing each other up, man. They are just chewing on each other and chasing each other and licking and playing and stuff until one of them gets tuckered out and lays down. And then eventually, he's kind of annoying and stuff. They'll get up for a rest. They'll play again and chase and play. And just the old fat dog does not have nearly the energy. Actually, she's not that old. She's young. She's just fat. The fat dog does not have the energy of that hound dog. That hound dog is wearing that poor girl out. So they're having a good time. The poodle's doing good. She's kind of ruling the roost. She kind of every once in a while she'll get in, she'll play with them a little bit here and there. Then they'll get a little bit rough, and she'll kind of get on their ass, and then she'll go back on and lay down and stuff, make them leave her alone, kind of thing. And so it's pretty good little fun watching that happen. We did get up this morning. Decided to go out and do a little bit of driving around, seeing yard sales or anything. Mostly went to go look at a house that we found that just came on the market literally yesterday. And we thought, hey, we'll go look at it real quick. So we drove by, went by, just checked it out. It was nothing special. It was not great. Had a friend of ours, an old real estate agent that we used to deal with and stuff, that had an open house today also. That was nothing we wanted. It was no garage or nothing and stuff. And then later in the day, she texted, hey, I've got another house to go show and whatever. You guys should come by and look at it also. And I'm like, I looked it up, and it's a 3-1. What the hell? And a 1-car garage and stuff. Why would I want this? And it's nothing. She's like, oh, it's super cute. It's not. It's just a shitty house. It's not some really quaint little cottage. It doesn't have a half acre of land or an acre of land I can build onto. There's no space. It's not. I actually even sent it back. I'm like, why would this be on our list? What the hell kind of thing? I didn't hear back from her. So that is what that is there. So we did go out since we were out already this morning a little bit. Decided to go have some breakfast. Went and ate at a restaurant that we'd actually eaten at before, but same name, completely different menu, completely different ownership, completely different everything. So we kind of counted as a new restaurant. So went there, had breakfast, had the biscuits and gravy with sausage and eggs, and it was just lackluster at best. It tastes like raw flour, it was uncooked flour and stuff. Just not good. It was not as bad as some I've had down here in the South, but holy crap, it's just not good. So Karen had the stuffed French toast meal also, and that was pretty good. She said that was really tasty. The one thing that was a little bit weird is they gave her a little tiny cup of syrup, so she put a little bit of syrup on it, and as she's pouring it, she realized it was actually chocolate sauce, not syrup. So that kind of threw her off a little bit. Luckily, she did pour a bunch on there. She got it early on, so it wasn't really a big deal there. But went ahead, headed out there. There was some lady came in, and we're at the very far side of the restaurant from the main door. But I was watching the waitress dealing with some lady who came in carrying a coloring book sheet kind of thing. I had no idea. I was trying to figure out what happened and what was going on in the scenario and stuff. And so we asked the waitress, she goes, I don't really know. And she kind of, this is what happened and stuff. And I was we were just kind of making up stories around here. We thought, well, maybe it's her daughter, says a thank you thing that she comes here all the time and eats, and she wanted to give a gift and stuff. Or maybe it was the daughter was having a party here next week or something. They wanted to hang up something for her or whatever and whatnot. Nope, not that at all. It was just some, we're going to say probably mentally deficient illness, who knows what, lady coming in trying to sell sheets of paper that she colored. Looked like, I'd say, a talented 5-year-old colored that apparently she did herself her own art that she wanted to sell the restaurant, so the restaurant could then sell it in its restaurant to its patrons. And it was weird because the lady left without it, and the waitress kept the art. So I don't know if she's supposed to show it to the owner. I have no idea what that was about. And the waitress that with the art thing went to leave, she was nowhere in sight to actually ask her what her side of it was. And yeah, that was interesting. So it was kind of a fun little experience there. Head back home, of course, play with the dogs and hang out there and have a little fun with that. Had another people dropping some other dogs off, so we had that going on. Had some dog requests that came through. That Kayla had some 2 old Pomeranians that she came here from out of town, and she had like a family reunion type thing or something, a little family reunion going on. And apparently the kids were scared of her Pomeranians or something, so she wanted to bring them to our house tonight, or all day tomorrow, whatever, and leave them like early in the morning till late at night. And I just replied back with the fact that, one is late enough by the time she sent the request that I really want to do a meet and greet to see if it'd work out. And I've got these high energy big dogs. We're talking 100 plus pound dogs here, and I don't want to take a chance where little Pomeranians getting stepped on or just being barking all the time. And if you got 2 little Pomeranians that are scaring your family's kids and stuff, they're probably not ones I want to deal with. And I kind of blurted out the fact that with the dogs I have and not knowing the dogs and the kind of stuff, I was going to pass on it. So normally in the past I would have been like, I got to save these dogs, I got to help these dogs, and I got to do everything in my power, screw up my own life and add extra stress in my life and my wife's life and all that kind of crap to help these dogs because other people did not make proper planning. And I realized as I'm coming to conclusion, my wife had a little bit of a freak out of the number of dogs we're watching and the stress it's putting on, that I don't need this money. Like, this is fun money is all this is. This is money to invest in the stock market. This is money to buy cruises with. This is, toy money is all this is. And why add the stress? It's just not worth it. So it took me years and years in my retail life to start firing customers that I thought I needed every single dollar to stay open and stay afloat and all kind of stuff. And I realized I didn't. I needed to be sane. I needed to be stress-free and all that kind of stuff to make my life better so I could then make more money in the long run. And that's kind of what this came down to. So all the dogs we have now are playing along great and stuff. And I normally would have worst case scenario, we can just kind of leave them in the house and kind of separate them, take them out in the yard separately and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Especially for the same pay as I get for watching good dogs. Like, it's just not worth it. So went ahead and said heck with that. We did also, we hung around, watched a little bit of TV at the house, just kind of chilling out, being lazy. Ended up running over to Beachside to feed the cats that I had to feed over there. I'm actually feeding 2, although I'm getting paid to feed 1. I'm getting paid to feed 1 in the house, and then I'm getting paid to, just as a volunteer thing, I'm feeding the cat outside just because I'm a nice guy. So Karen rode over to me with that. From there, we ordered a pizza from a little pizza place over there that we ate out one other time years ago. They very first opened, and ironically, somebody else picked up our check that day. It was kind of weird. I don't know if it was the gentleman that was there bought everybody's check. It kind of sounded like they bought the meals, or they just bought ours. We don't know really what happened. But we, asked for a check, and they said it was already taken care of, so we just tipped out and left them. So I thought, well, we technically didn't spend the money there, so we'll go back and spend money there again and stuff, and ordered a pizza. Basically, their version of like a Meat Lovers. It was good. It just wasn't great. I don't know. It's probably the better pizza around here, but it's not a spectacular pizza. I want to try maybe like a Supreme with some vegetable. It was greasy. It was really greasy. And there's a lot of that, just that lack of workmanship and people having more, like the little wax paper you put in the cardboard box that doesn't get all of your seats and stuff and grease through, was all wadded up in the corner and barely covering like 1/5 of the pizza, not in the center of the box. Like, it just, come on, people. It's not that hard to do. Just put the piece of paper in there and drop the pizza on it. It's not that hard to figure out. So who knows? There's also, they don't put their toppings out to the edge of the crust, which is one of the things that I was taught. It was beating my head early on when I very first started working at the pizza place, is you put all the toppings at the outside edge. I mean, literally up on the crust. Everything kind of works its way towards the center as the crust rises. So it's one of those things where you don't want the gap. But when you're looking at a 2-inch gap between the outside, where the crust stops of sauce and a little bit of cheese, until you get to the first piece of meat, that's too much sauce and cheese out there in the end, and not having any meat. And then the center parts, as you're trying to take the pieces out of the box, all the toppings are falling off the middle of the box because there's so many toppings in the middle that it's push the stuff out. Like, I want to go to a place like, just let me come make my own pizza. I'll pay full price. I'll do anything. I'll even just let me make my own damn pizza. All your toppings, you set out how much I can have, whatever. I don't care. Let me make it myself. Then you guys, let me pull it out of the oven when it's cooked to my liking, and then I will cut it up and I will head home on my own. But I haven't had the courage yet, I guess, or to go in and actually ask that question, because a lot of pizza places are run by these men that think they're perfect and they're the greatest pizza in the world, and they don't need help or education or information from anybody else at all. So it's kind of a dick move to be like, hey, let me do your job because I can do it better, as a complete stranger to you you've never met. But it is what it is. So got back home, we ate our pizza, had a good time. Dogs are a little bit baggy here and there as we watch some TV and stuff, hung around a little bit. Netflix screwed up again on NCIS. It seems to only do that when it's flashing back to Gibbs' memory, and it did again tonight. We were trying to finish the episode, and I'm like, how the hell is that possible? It was so weird. So got through it, ended up watching an episode of Sweet Tooth. which is a new Netflix special. It's kind of like a pandemic type thing where there's like these hybrid children and stuff that are born, and a bunch of the people die, like 90% of the public dies and stuff, or something. It's crazy as all get out. So when there's basically no law left, it's become a wasteland of a country and stuff. And we watched an episode of it, and it was interesting, but I don't know. It was one of those things that I was recommended it by somebody else. Tom actually recommended talking about it, and his description of it is nothing like what the show is like. It's amazing. I've never seen anything that he describes that actually turns out to be the way he describes it. Like, if you could literally have him tell you a show without the name, and you could have watched it yesterday and you wouldn't know the show he's talking about, because like his descriptions are so off kilter of what the reality of the show actually is. So it always kind of makes me laugh. But watched it, ended up heading outside, hanging out with the dogs again, ended up having myself a cigar outside, chilled out there a little bit, headed in. We just kind of hung around, just been lazy a little bit here and there. Talked to her about what she wanted to do tomorrow for her birthday and all the fun stuff that comes with it, and didn't really get any real answers of what she wanted to do. So we're just going to probably make it a lazy day. I think I'm going to try and get her to go do some shopping. I know she's been talking about going and buying new clothes and stuff here lately, and don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we will definitely see if that becomes a thing. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.